Hello. Today, I'm going to share with you a game played between Vasily Ivanchuk and Gary Kasparov. This game was played in 1991, and it's one of the best games by Vasily Ivanchuk. Now, let me give you a small background of Vasily Ivanchuk. He's some kind of insane genius. And on his best days, he's better than best players in the world, better than anyone you can think of. However, on his worst days, he's terrible. He can lose to, weak players. He can, he's unstable. And he's such an interesting character. I saw him once in the Gibraltar Chess Festival, and he's really an enigma. One of the really great personalities that we have in chess. He's still alive. He's still playing chess. Maybe not at the level at which he was playing much earlier in his career, but he's still playing. And this game made such a huge impression on me because it was none against none other than the great, the legendary Garry Kasparov. Um, okay, so let's have a look. So Ivanchuk starts with one e4. Opponent plays c5. So nothing crazy. Kasparov was well known for being an expert in the Najdorf Sicilian, which happens after white plays d4 instead of bishop b5. So Ivanchuk was playing some kind of anti-Sicilian, didn't want to run into Kasparov's Najdorf there. Okay, so nothing too crazy yet. Now Ivanchuk does the first quirky thing in this game. He offers the e4 pawn for free, but Kasparov doesn't take it. Kasparov believed him that it would be too dangerous to open the e file when the king has not castled yet. Okay, Ivanchuk takes with the queen. This is logical because there's no longer a knight that can come to c6 to attack the queen on d4. So Ivanchuk gives up his bishop and gives up the second bishop. Now, in chess, generally, we often talk of the advantage of the two bishops. And what we mean by that is that when you have the two bishops, because the bishops are long range pieces, they can control a lot of squares. But they can only do that if they have diagonals to work with. That is, if the board is sufficiently open. So already we can see the kind of strategic battle that is shaping up in this game. White is going to try to keep the game closed and try to work with his knights, while black is going to try to look for ways to open up the game. We will see how both sides handle this situation. Okay? All right. So we don't really have, a lot of comments on these moves because it's clear what's going on. White is trying to gain more space on the queen side, trying to improve his pieces so that they can attack the queen side. And black is thinking and dreaming about a king side attack. He's dreaming about bringing both his rook and his queen, the rook on c8 and the queen on d8 to the g file. Maybe the rook on h8 to the g file to try to attack the white king. So it's very abundantly clear what both sides are trying to do. Let's see whose um, ideas have more success. Now, this move um, is a very strong positional concept because what black is trying to do is he's trying to carve out the c5 square for his rook. So he's trying to make you push your pawn so that he has absolute control of the c5 square. So it does look as if he's forcing you to play b5, now the queen side gets blocked and it becomes very difficult for you to improve your pieces. It becomes very difficult for you to make progress on the queen side. So it seemed like a very, very strong um, positional move, but we will see how Ivanchuk handled it. Okay, so he has been successful. He has carved out that square for his pieces. They're going to use that square to come to the king side, to come and attack the white king. Okay, this is all logical. This is all exactly as we thought it would be. Okay, so Ivanchuk defending very calmly. Just you attack my pawn, I defend it. Okay, now I've defended everything. I've got to figure out a way to crash through. Now, Kasparov plays the move pawn to b6. And this move says, look, I'm adding even more control over the c5 square. Okay, so now I'm controlling the c5 square, not just with the pawn on b6, but also with the pawn on d6, with the bishop on e7, which is indirectly also controlling the square, and also with the rook on c8. So nothing can happen. The queen side is blocked. Life is good. Now I'm going to try to, continue. And this is from Kasparov's perspective. I'm going to try to continue finding a way to crash through. Maybe I'll even play bishop to d8, followed by bishop to c7 to try to see if I can attack. Maybe I'll come with the rook to try to see if I can attack. So I mean, it makes a lot of sense. What Black is doing so far. However, the mark of genius is being able to find unexpected ideas. So Ivanchuk had seen all of this, obviously, and you will see why I say that in a moment. So first of all, he attacks the black queen. Black queen moves back, and then he plays one of the greatest moves I've ever seen. Pawn to c5, triple exclam, triple exclam. Because it looked as though Black had, shut down the queen side, but it was only an illusion. You see, because now White plays knight to c4, and after knight to c4, we see the white pieces have come alive, and already, in fact, you can't defend both b6 and d6. So it was an illusion that you had closed down the queen side. It was not. It was never true, right? Of course, it will have been anti-positional for uh, Black to capture with the pawn, because then he will still have the weaknesses, right? But his rook was trying to be active. Remember, he was trying to figure out a way to bring his rook to the king side. Now that rook is just stuck, looking very stupid, and suddenly um, White is in complete control. So Kasparov, being the fiery, aggressive, attacking player that he was, he didn't like the idea of defending passively. So he wanted to play very active. Okay, so knight c4, king f8, takes on b6. All right. Now, one thing I found so striking. This is a very strong move. Taking over the c file uh, is what Kasparov did to the black pieces. You see, just notice what is happening to the black pieces. Now, start this move and this move. Take a look at the black pieces. Bishop on e8, very silly, very stupid. Bishop on f8, very silly, doing nothing. Rook on g8, doing nothing. King on g7, looking for a safe haven. Queen on h6, very silly. So, without exception, any of the white pieces are completely superior to the black pieces. This is an amazing feat. And to do this against none other than Kasparov himself. If you know who Kasparov is, you understand that this really is an amazing feat. Ivanchuk has completely outplayed Kasparov here. Okay? So f5, you can't capture, because then you would open the rook on g1 onto your king. Okay, so g5, no, I don't want your queen to breathe. No, I don't want your queen to breathe. Wow. Wow. This is checkmate. You can still play bishop h6, but okay, after bishop h6, rook takes h6 or queen takes h6, the game would be over. So this game made such a huge impression on me, and showed me the importance of strategic depth. You see, in this game, Ivanchuk showed that he had a better strategic understanding, at least, of this game, of the structure that was gotten in this game. And for those people who are dogmatic about the two bishops, well, this is an example showing you that the two knights can sometimes be better, much, much better than the two bishops. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked this, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like this video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.